Hey guys, my name is Isaac Worley, and for those of you who don't know me, I post daily vlogs on my channel, just about the random stuff I'm doing throughout the day. And I also currently am a commercial roofer. That's my occupation, and I live in Wisconsin. So as you could guess, the temperatures get a little cold, especially in the winter. Seeing as it's December 12th, I figured I'd do a little video on what I wear and how I stay warm when I'm out in the cold weather. So let's get to it. Okay, so rule number one is you need to have 3 different types of clothing on. The first layer that you're going to be wearing is some sort of skin tight, moisture wicking material, and that prevents you from getting cold if you happen to sweat and your sweat dries. Some good brands, or a good brand that a lot of people know, happens to be Under Armour, Reebok, and other sport brands also make these tight-fitting, elasticy sort of shirts. The second thing is, on top of that, you need to have an insulating layer. I prefer fleece. A lot of people wear fleece. It's warm, it's awesome, it's fuzzy, and it makes for a good insulating layer. Some people choose wool, but if wool happens to get wet, it gets really wet and it's not very fun. The third and final layer is you need some sort of wind-breaking material. A lot of people don't account for the wind. A lot of the time in the winter you'll see the actual temperature, and then they also post the wind chill. And usually the wind chill can be somewhere between 10 to 20 to it's way below the actual temperature. So if you've got a wind-breaking layer on, you're not going to feel like you're actually colder. You're going to feel a lot warmer. So those are the 3 layers: moisture wicking, tight to your body; fleece as your insulating; and then wind breaking to keep that wind off of you. So I'll show you what I've got for my layers. On the ground here, I have pretty much all my gear laid out, and I'm going to go through it from my head all the way down to my feet, the different kind of gear I wear. So starting with my head, I've got a Carhartt hat. The 2 layers here definitely helps, and I also tend to wear a hood over this when it starts to get really cold. For my body, I start off with my moisture wicking layer, this kind of polyester, stretchy, skin tight Reebok shirt. On top of that, I have my insulating layer, which is this fleece lined, really soft, it's like a blanket, flannel jacket. If I'm not wearing that, if that's too hot, or if I have that in addition to some other stuff, I also have 3 long sleeves, which are made out of cotton, and then I've got 1 turtleneck long sleeve to kind of come up on my neck and protect me from that wind that blows down my shirt. And finally, on top of my fleece layer, I have my wind-breaking layer, which is this big Carhartt leather jacket. This leather is really good for breaking the wind, and it also has a fleece lined inside, so that adds an extra layer of insulation and keeps me extra warm. Next, moving down to the legs, I have my long johns I bought these from Farm and Fleet for 15 bucks. These are rated for low activity and cold to really cold weather. And I mean, I'm not really low activity, like I'm moving around working all day, but that type of long johns is the thickest and heaviest insulated ones they have, so that's why I picked those out. On top of those long johns, I throw on a pair of fleece lined leather pants. There's not a ton of fleece in here, but they're definitely fleece lined, and they add a lot of protection, so those are highly recommended in my book. And then, since I'm a roofer, I wear these Tough Built knee pads, and I know a lot of you guys probably don't wear knee pads for whatever job, or even if you're just outside. However, knee pads actually add a lot of warmth. They suck the clothes tight to your skin, and I mean, they're pretty darn thick, so they're a good layer, a good wind-breaking layer. If it happens to be single digits out or below, you can also wear a full suit or bibs. These are sold pretty much anywhere, and they're really, really warm and nice. I might have to break out my full bibs. This this week because it's supposed to get down to negatives. Lastly, we're gonna move on to my hands and feet. For my gloves, I wear Mechanics. I know they're a bit more expensive than normal gloves, but they're super nice and well worth it. When you're working or moving a lot, the Mechanics just normal grip with the rubber grip, they actually have a little bit of insulation on the inside, so they're pretty nice. But when the temperature starts getting a little colder, I have these Mechanics Winter Impact Pro gloves. These have the 3M Insulate, 3M Thinsulate, and those are really nice. I'm a big fan of the Thinsulate, and I like different brands with that kind of stuff in it. For my feet, I wear just, normal thick socks. I picked up a bunch from Farm and Fleet, basic ski work wool socks. Just keep your feet warm. For my boots, I have Carhartt Thinsulate waterproof 400 gram boots. And the reason I chose, they're also composite toe. So the reason I chose these is because not only are they insulated with Thinsulate, but they're also waterproof. And I'm out working in the snow, wet, frosty sort of conditions, so getting your feet wet is no recipe for keeping your feet warm. The composite toe is also a must if you need some sort of safety toe. That's because steel in the winter gets very cold. It makes your toes very cold, so the composite is actually an added layer of insulation rather than a heat conductor, cold conductor, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, these are super nice. I don't even though it's winter out right now, I haven't even been wearing my wool socks because these are insulated so well. When it gets down in the negatives, I'm probably gonna wear these along with my wool socks, but so far it's just been these with normal calf-high Carhartt socks. So that's what I wear on my feet. Alright, if you guys like the video, especially you, Mountain View Ranch, whoever you are, feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And like I said, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, just my daily life and what I'm doing, and sometimes tutorial videos like this, yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. So until tomorrow, I'll see you guys then.